Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our January 2021 Rising Star Student of the Month program. So happy to have you with us. We have an amazing group of students to honor this morning, and it seems so great to start out this first Work Friday of the year, honoring amazing students and just feeling really good about where our future is going. So with that, I would like to ask you all to join me in the pledge. So give me 1 second while I do some technical things here. Here we go. Okay, if you'll join me, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I absolutely would normally stand, and I'm in a very precarious situation with the green screen behind me. If I stand, it's all going away. So I apologize. I'm certainly not trying to disrespect our pledge at all. So please forgive me for that. And with that, I would like to share with you our mission statement for our program. And that is to bring our community together, to honor our local high school seniors for demonstrating character, integrity, love of learning, involvement in school and community activities, or for the ability to overcome challenging life obstacles or circumstances without compromising their education. The core of the Rising Star Student of the Month is the student who makes a difference in their home, school, and community with sincerity and passion. So this morning, we are honoring 5 amazing students from Major General Murray High School. It's a Little Paw Gray. From Mission Vista High School, Brian Platt. From Rancho Buena Vista High School, Tiara Ojeda. From Trade Tech High School, Noah Cummins. And from Vista High School, Kylie Record. So congratulations to all these students. I know people can't hear loud for all of you. Thank you so much for being here this morning. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge our sponsors, because our sponsors really help to make this program possible. And I'd like to start by thanking our Sunrise Kiwanis Club. Thank you for your partnership over the last several years and helping to bring these monthly recognition ceremonies to fruition. In addition to the monthly breakfast, the goal of the Rising Star program is to provide scholarships each year. And we are so proud that we have been able to provide over $60,000 in scholarships to our students over the life of this program the last 6 years. So at the end of the school year, or just in a few months really, we'll have an opportunity for each of our Rising Star students to apply for scholarships. And I'm really thrilled to announce that we have additional scholarship funds available this year. So we'll be giving out, in addition to the $1,000 per school, we'll also be giving out some bonus scholarships as well. So we're really excited about that and so thankful that the community sees the value of this program and has stepped up in such a great way to honor and recognize all of you amazing students. So with that, I'd like to thank some of our scholarship sponsors. Joe Green and Joe Green Team Realty, Tori Walker from Tori Walker Engineering, Watkins Wellness, Superintendent Matt Doyle, Dr. Matt Doyle, J&R Auto Body and Paint, Dr. Bronner's Magic Soaps, Tri-City Medical Center, and our Vista PEO chapter. So thank you all so much to our scholarship sponsors. So let's give them a little clap. Again, a little clapping from Rachel. Also, I'd like to thank some of our dignitaries that participate in our monthly recognition program, as well as provide certificates of achievement to each of our students. So I'd like to thank our Vista City Council, that's Mayor Judy Ritter, Deputy Mayor Joe Green, Councilman John Franklin, Councilmember Karina Contreras, and Councilmember Katie Melendez. So thank you all so much for that. And as well, we have representation from some of our other elected officials' offices, which we're really excited about. And that from the Vista Unified School District, we have Trustee Cipriano Vargas, Debbie Morton, Rosemary Smithfield, Martha Alvarado, and Julie Kelly. So thank you all for participating as well. We'll give them a clap as well. And then we also have from our County Board of Supervisors, Jim Desmond's office is supportive of this program, as well as our Assembly Member, Tasha Borner Horvath, Assembly Member Marie Waldron, State Senator Pat Bates, and our U.S. Congressman Mike Levin. So let's give a clap to them as well. Thank you to our elected officials for supporting and honoring these students each month. We appreciate that. So with that, we will get to our presentations from students. So we're going to have about 5 minutes per student, and we're looking for examples from each of our students on how about their character and how they make a difference. We'll ask your principal to speak first, then your student, then the nominating teacher or counselor, and then your parent or guardian. And mom or dad, please feel free to speak in whatever language is most comfortable for you. I'm sure that your student will be happy to translate for you if necessary. So we've asked our students today to share the following. Introduce your family and your guests and your teacher that's here today. Share your college or career goals, and share about your current school life. And answer one or more of the following. What do you believe is your greatest contribution to your community, school, or family? What do you think is the most significant life lesson you will take with you to college? And how do you plan to give back to your community or pay it forward? Or you could share a personal story that demonstrates an obstacle that you've overcome. So with that, we're going to move into our presentations. And with that, I would like to please ask, our first school will be a Major General Murray High School, and we will ask our principal, Carol Barr, to take it away.
Okay. Thank you all for being here, and to the Chamber for offering this opportunity for our kids to be recognized. So it's just my honor to introduce Aaron Little Paw Gray. He's been just such a force on our campus. He was very quiet and reserved. And then one morning, I didn't have my regular morning announcement students. And in a panic, he walked up at the right moment. I just handed him the announcements, and he read through them flawlessly. And everyone on the patio stopped walking and turned and listened to announcements, because normally the other students struggle with reading a little bit and they don't really give a lot of emotion to their reading, but he just had a gift for it. And from then on out, he continued our morning announcements. And he also became our school board rep, and we've been honored to have him on our campus. He is just about to graduate, and I give credit to his parents for having done such an amazing job raising him. It's not always easy in this day and age, but they've done an amazing job, and we're really proud of Little Paw Gray. So Little Paw, take it away.
Thank you. Um, Good morning. My name is Aaron Little Paul Gray, and my mother is also here, and my teacher, Mr. Noonan. I'm honored to be here and would love to share my story on how Murray's made an impact on my life and what I feel to be my most impactful contributions to Murray High. For a whole semester, I've been in charge of doing the morning announcements at my school, along with a variety of students and friends who would join me to co-host the announcements for the day. I've also participated in my school's Plus Forum, which teaches students leadership skills and provides the time and place for discussion of important issues within our school's body. With the program, I and many other students are given the opportunity to make a positive impact on not only our experiences on our own campus, but in some cases allow kids in other schools, such as Rancho Manova Middle School, to create changes on their own campuses for the better as well. I'm also a proud member of the Vista Student Board of Education, where I and the other 3 students in the student board represent our schools as we and the main board of education make decisions on how the future of our school's district should be handled. I believe one of the most important lessons I've learned from my time at Murray is simple, but I feel it's hard to do sometimes. It's being yourself no matter what. I'm extremely grateful for what I have, and I know I wouldn't be here if I wasn't true to myself at all times. Trying to imitate what you think is better than what you are is pointless, and staying yourself is always better than doing something you're not, or trying to be someone you aren't. Sometimes when I feel I've just barely survived an awkward situation, I think to myself, what the heck was that? If I just act normal or whatever, it would have gone way better. Then proceed to mentally facepalm. But even if I feel as though I could have done something else, or that I could have behaved differently for that one time, I tell myself that at least it was me and not some other person I see on TV or on the internet. And more times than not, being myself brought about more good than I could ever have imagined if I were to try to be someone I'm not. So for me, personal authenticity has become one of the most important things to keep in mind at all times. And through my experiences, that's become a lesson I know will be invaluable throughout my life. After I graduate from Murray, I plan on attending Palomar College and studying media and communications and become possibly a radio talk show host because of how comfortable I am with talking to other people and forming relationships, and how many events and roles I've taken where communication is a central skill. I would also like to thank the Vista Chamber of Commerce for sponsoring this meeting. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak about this wonderful young man. How can you not love a young man like that? He is one of the most engaging and welcoming young people I've been around. I've had the privilege of being around in my now 9 years in this district. He just engages and brings people into conversations. He does it with adults as well as he does it with his peers. We begin our day listening to Little Paw, and many of us are lucky to end our day because he's usually in one of our leadership groups. He's helping Miss Gordon on the blood drive, or he is one of our group leaders in Plus. He did a wonderful job at Rancho Minerva twice in helping to lead the group. And when you can see high school kids engage with the 7th and 8th graders, he was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. This has been a crazy year, to say the least. Often reminded of a very famous quote: "Some days we feel like the pigeon, some days we're the statue." But in a crazy year, it's always great when you have such solid young people like Little Paw. And it's such an honor to be able to teach them because they come through not very often. We have great kids in all of our schools. And we're blessed here at Murray to have somebody who very well represents not only our student body, but our staff and our school as whole. Congratulations, young man.
Little Paw, would your parent like to say something?
So we're both here, his father and I, and Little Paw is like, he's our firstborn, right? So we put a lot of emphasis on him and what we would like to see him as a growing young man. And it was a little challenging for us at first because Little Paw's been homeschooled almost his whole educational life. And it was, a little bit heart-wrenching for us to let him go into traditional school, but that's what he wanted to do. And I couldn't ask for anything more from what he's done. And his father and I are very proud of him. And we really appreciate you guys for this opportunity that you're giving all the students, because I know it's important to encourage all the kids to keep going, especially now. They're not in class, they can't see their friends, they can't interact and engage like they used to do. And that was something he was looking forward to doing for a long time. Kind of got cut short. But his experience there has been incredible, and I'm very happy for everything that you guys have put together and that he's been able to participate in. We hadn't had the pleasure of hearing a morning announcement. I'll probably make him do it now after today to give us something. But thank you guys so much, and also congratulations to the other students and parents there. And you guys just keep going, and 2021, let's turn it around. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Little Paw. Great to hear from you this morning. We are going to move on to our next student. And next we are going to hear from Mission Vista High School, Mr. Walden. Will you please introduce your student today?
Absolutely. Well, good morning, everybody. It's wonderful to be here. As always, these are such nice events. And I want to start by saying thank you to you, Rachel, and to your team, Kathy, Kent, the Chamber, all of the sponsors, for continuing to make this happen. Events like this are just a nice reminder that there really are great things happening and outstanding kids that we need to be celebrating, even during this time. So thank you. And congrats to all of the rising stars and their families. You've each left your mark on your campuses, and you should be proud to be one of just a handful of students from your schools that are chosen for this honor. So congrats to you all. This morning, I have the privilege of introducing the rising star from Mission Vista in Brian Platts. Brian's a young man who brings a lot to the table, but in the time that I've had to work with him and get to know him, he's proven just to be a tremendous leader in every sense of the word. He's our ASB vice president. He's an athlete. He's helped to organize events like TEDx on our campus. And he's also our school representative for the school board, along with Little Paw. Brian leads by example. He works hard. He listens to those around him. He's really thoughtful. And what I find admirable is that he's just as happy being the guy behind the scenes, making everything happen. Just as happy doing that as he is being out front and the MC at our pep rallies. He's got a bright future ahead, and we at Mission Vista are just happy to have him representing our school today. So with that, I'll turn it over to Brian. I believe his parents are with him as well, and his teacher, Mr. Etheridge. I'll turn it over to you, Brian.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'm here with Mr. Walden, the principal, Mr. Etheridge, and my parents over here on the side. You can't see them. But my name is Brian Platt. I would like to thank the Vista Chamber of Commerce and the sponsors of the event for allowing my peers and I to be recognized at this capacity. It's a huge honor, and I'm still kind of in awe of this all happening. Thank you to Mr. Walden and Mr. Etheridge for believing me enough to nominate me for this honor. Thank you to my parents for allowing me to be free and pursue my passions. And most importantly, thank you to every person and experience who has brought me to this place and time right now. It takes a village to raise a child. Vista's truly raised me to be the best man I can be. For that, I'm forever grateful. With that being said, I believe my greatest contribution to the community, society, and my school is a work in progress. I wish to pay back the kindness that has been gifted to me, and help build the culture within Mission Vista, which has given me so much. I've come to terms that I will not have a normal senior year. That does not mean I can't do my best to relieve the pressures of the future. As a leader of multiple groups on campus, my goal is to see those individual communities that have raised me prosper. I desire to leave tangible evidence and systems so that my successors may prosper and improve the programs that were given to me. I seek to provide information and resources to my peers. I'm very thankful to have the honor of representing Mission Vista as their student board member at Vista Unified School District meetings. Now I can deliver firsthand information about topics that would directly affect my fellow students. I believe an informed community is a strong community. As an executive member of ASB, Mission Vista's chapter of CSF, and a coordinator for TEDx Youth at MVHS, my goal for this year is to encourage and enrich the future student leaders of campus so that they may reach their truest potentials as well. The programs I am a part of focus on character development and community outreach. I love watching others grow and be their best selves. I love imparting wisdom and instilling confidence in those around me. I've learned so much that I'm ready to take to college. The three most essential skills I've found are confidence, situational awareness, and a desire for continuous learning. Confidence. Simply believing in something is achievable is half the battle. Confidence breeds tenacity, and tenacity breeds success. Situational awareness. I mean this both educationally and emotionally. Everyone's struggling right now. Many seem to forget the complexities and struggles of each individual life. And by understanding that, we become rounded human beings capable of solving more issues. And continuous learning. I would not be where I am today if not for a deeply instilled joy in continuous learning. And it means one thing to be confident in your abilities, but always be humbled by the fact that there's more to learn and someone to learn it from. I've applied to multiple USC and CSU schools. I plan on getting a major in business management with a minor in entrepreneurship. I hope to develop, manage, and lead framework for others to be successful in my absence. Business and entrepreneurship are my dream, and my pathway in high school has been a testament to that. I look forward to pursuing higher education and bringing honor to Vista, my hometown. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Well done. I'll turn it over to his nominating teacher, Mr. Etheridge.
Good morning, everyone. I'm starting my day the way I start every morning. I see Brian. Actually, Brian I see him for 3 hours straight because I have him for my AP Lit class, and then he is the executive vice president for ASB. And really, what Mr. Walden said about him being just as happy to be behind the scenes, I question how comfortable he was talking about all the different actions and different groups and clubs that he's a part of and influence, because really it's more about helping everyone else understand and know what to do and how. I'll tell you this, taking over ASB this year, if Brian hadn't been paying attention for the last 3 years and didn't know how to do so many of the different protocols and paperwork and running certain meetings a certain way, we would have all been at a loss. So I felt the need that I had no choice but to nominate Brian, not only for his help and leadership on campus, but really even the projects in AP Lit have stood out. Everyone, made glorious comments on their rendition of the scene that they did for the Glass Menagerie, which I'm sure you can imagine the challenge of trying to perform something like that the way that we are trying to impart knowledge through these Hollywood square boxes we have going on here. So anyways, I just wanted to take this opportunity to nominate him, thank him, and raise him up like he does everyone else around him. So thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Mr. Etheridge. And Brian, you mentioned that your parents are there with you. If we could hear from one of them as well.
Good morning, and thank you, Mr. Etheridge and Mr. Walden, for recognizing Brian and his efforts as one of the rising stars at Mission Vista High School. Like all the students, he has missed half of his junior year, now most of his senior year, in the sport he plays on campus. However, not once has he complained. He manages to stay the course, keep a positive outlook, and has adapted so well to the constant changes. Brian educates himself constantly and informs others, including us, seems to always know what's going on, not just on a small community level, but on an even larger scale. He is genuinely concerned for others and wants to make a difference in a better place for all. We're super lucky to have Brian as our son, and we count our blessings daily. We would like to thank the sponsors for providing this platform and opportunity for all the students so deserving of this honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Platt. Congratulations again, Brian. And with that, I will turn it back over to Rachel.
Thank you so much, Mr. Walden. So great to hear from these students this morning. I say it every month, this Friday is the best Friday of the whole month. So thank you all for brightening my day. And with that, we are going to head over to Rancho Buena Vista High School. Mr. Clevenger, would you please introduce your student this morning?
Hey, good morning, everybody. And Rachel, I couldn't agree more. These Fridays are one that all of us look forward to. Again, to the Vista Chamber of Commerce. Rachel, you are such a rock star. Thank you for lining these up. Kent, my man, I know you're out there. And Kathy, thank you for your ongoing work to recognize the amazing students and leaders that we have here in our community. It's wonderful. Thank you to our fearless leader, Dr. Doyle. Good to see you this morning, sir. And a big thank you to our sponsors. This is resources well spent, my friends. There's no better place to spend our resources than our youth. So thank you for that. I love seeing what hard work brings about. I love seeing what our students here in Vista do when obstacles come their way. My young friends, obstacles will always come your way. And meeting those challenges head on and working hard is the only way to get through them. And I think in large part, it defines our success. Today, I'm really excited to introduce just an amazing, amazing young lady who really represents everything that I hope Rancho Buena Vista and also Vista Unified School District can be. Tiara is just a gem of a person. She has an amazing story. She actually moved here in 8th grade to the United States. And for those who can imagine moving to a new country, speaking a new language, the challenges and obstacles that would be there are constant and consistent. And the one thing that gets through that is hard work. It took Tiara 3 semesters to reclassify, redesignate out of the English learner program. And she's been full speed ahead since the time she started 8th grade. She currently is a member of our AVID program. She's involved in the Key Club, the Christian Club, the Mecha Club. And for those of you who are not aware of what the International Baccalaureate program is, it's one of the most prestigious honors programs, most challenging programs that exists. And Tiara is a full IB candidate, and just a testament to what hard work and dedication can do. So I'd like to introduce you to the one and only Tiara Ojeda.
Good morning. I'm Tiara Ojeda Alvarez, and this is my mom, Maria Alvarez. And I would like to say, first of all, I'm really honored for this recognition. It's been one of my goals since last year when I found out there was this kind of program, and well, here I am, and I'm really grateful for the people who helped me get here. And so, first of all, I think one contribution I've made for my community is engaging actively in community service. And community service might not be at the instant, it might not feel like much, but I believe that community service brings about values of empathy, altruism, responsibility, and commitment. And I always try to engage my peers in community service and trying to share my ideas and all these opportunities to them, because I know that if we all as a community come together and help others, especially during these times when a pandemic just hit us and everybody needs help nowadays, it's very important to be aware of what's happening in our community and help out as much as we need. And also, I think one lesson that I will take to college is to keep an open mind, because nowadays we've seen a lot of division, and all we need is unity. And keeping an open mind is going to create a more progressive nation, and just creating a more accepting environment for anybody, no matter their ethnicity, race, lifestyle, whatever it is. Just being inclusive will help us get through these hard times. And I would also like to share my story and how I overcame an obstacle. The story I would like to share is about how I overcame language barriers. So I came here, as Mr. Clevenger said, in 8th grade from Mexico, and I knew 0% English. And so I was placed in ELD classes, which are oftentimes they don't really satisfy the age requirements. So I wouldn't be able to go to a 4-year university, which was initially my dream. And what I did to overcome this challenge and pursue my dreams was with tenacity and resilience. I reclassified from ELD in 3 semesters, and I reclassified early because I knew that I needed to act fast and take the risk. I'm a risk taker, and that's part of the IB learner profile, which is being risk takers, caring, resilient. And when I reclassified, I moved on to honors and AP classes, and seeing that I was capable to be in these classes that I belonged, where all these students were, and I just had the courage to keep going. I took another risk and challenged myself with IB classes, and now I am a full IB student, and I'm proud to be a full IB student. And now I will be able to pursue my dreams and be a role model to all those students who oftentimes don't believe like they belong where they are, but I'm sure they do belong where they are, and they can achieve their dreams. And now I will be able to become an animal biologist, which is the career I want to pursue in a 4-year college. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiara. You guys feel that? I told you she was a good one. I'd like to introduce one of the important educators that has been working with her during her high school career. That's Mrs. Jen Hall.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for the opportunity to speak this morning and to introduce you all to Tiara. Tiara, I met Tiara as a ninth grade student. She reclassified from ELD 3 and entered my English 9 college prep class at semester 2. And Tiara was initially, she was maybe a little nervous, but so determined to do her absolute best. And by the end of the semester, Tiara's essay was the essay I used as the student sample for my class. So Tiara has the thoughtfulness and the maturity and just an absolute desire to challenge herself. When it was time to move into 10 honors, Tiara and I had the conversation that you should be in an honors class. And there were some reservations, I think, in some quarters about, well, she had just reclassified from ELD. Should she go into honors? Tiara, it was an absolute yes, and so was I, and she went into 10 honors. One of my proudest moments was when my colleague, her 10 honors teacher, brought her literary analysis paper to me in 10th grade to show me and say, I want you to see what Tiara has done in a semester of honors. And she's just incredible, the work that she's done. Her academic achievement is just one facet of Tiara's amazing story. She works so hard for her family. She works so hard in the community. And through it all, she has decided, though, that she is committed to her studies and to her dreams to go into marine biology. I have to say, one very proud moment as an educator was this year when I opened my roster and saw that Tiara Ojeda would be in my 12 IB English class as a full IB diploma candidate. So there is no stopping Tiara. She is amazing. And I congratulate her and all of the students who are here today. You are all inspiring to us.
Thank you, Mrs. Hall. Tiara, we'd love to hear from your mother, Maria. Would you share some thoughts with us?
Hola, mi nombre es María Álvarez. Muchas gracias por el apoyo a mi hija y a ella por el esfuerzo de cada día. Yo como le digo a ella, es un día más de esfuerzo, no se tiene que yo le digo a ella que no se tiene que dejar vencer porque todo el esfuerzo que hizo de aquí hacia atrás tiene que valer la pena cada esfuerzo, cada sacrificio, cada momento de estrés o de muchas cosas que ella ha tenido por las ganas de seguir adelante, y eso es de reconocer en ella cada esfuerzo, porque yo la miro, yo que estoy con ella todos los días, la miro como no se quiere dejar, no quiere quedarse donde está, siempre quiere seguir adelante, y eso habla muy bien de ella, y yo estoy muy, muy orgullosa de ella. Y muchas gracias a todos sus maestros por el apoyo. Y ella me dice, no, esta maestra me apoya así, y yo la verdad, este maestro y todo eso, yo se los agradezco a ustedes. Cada que yo miro a ella, el esfuerzo también se lo debo a ustedes, y ella también, yo la miro como está agradecida con ustedes, y pues todo ese esfuerzo es más que nada por ella, porque pues yo la miro y yo le puedo apoyar en lo que puedo, pero el esfuerzo es de ella, el mérito es de ella. Y muchas gracias por todo.
Tiara, do you want to translate that one? Do you want to share that? Would you like me to?
Do you want to try?
I think you're right there. I think you got this one.
Okay. So my mom just said that she's proud of me, and then she's really grateful for my teachers and everybody who's been there for me, especially Miss Hall, because she's the one that brought me into the honors program, and she said that everything that she does is to try to help me, but she says that she sees that I have the commitment and that I always try to keep going and not stay in the same place where I am and keep challenging myself. So yes.
That was pretty good, Tiara. Thank you, Maria, for sharing that. And we feel the exact same way. It is now my honor to introduce an amazing educator and even better person, the principal from Vista High School, Mr. David Jaffe.
Well, thank you there, Mr. Clevenger. I'll pay you later for that comment. Thank you, Rachel, and to the chamber, Rachel, Kent, Kathy, for hosting this each and every month. To the sponsors, to our dignitaries on the line. After a week that we've had, to end the week this way is by far the best part of my week. I'd like to thank the students here. You're the reason we do this work. And the model that you set for your classmates is also a model that you set for us. So thank you for, in these challenging times, reminding us that why we do this work. And to the parents on this, raising kids is not easy. They don't get there by accident. And the work that you've put in, the love and the care and the guidance you've put in helps them stand in this moment right here. Kylie, and I'll talk directly to Kylie on this one. I have two daughters of my own. And what I hope for my daughters is that they have a voice in this world and that they're unapologetic for that voice and that they serve others. You're the model of that. Your voice, while quiet from what I hear, your voice is in your actions and all of the programs that you're part of. You're a leader in supporting our homeless youth. You work with children with special needs. She's a leader in breaking down the walls, a leader in the Buddies program. She's been described as humble, kind, respectful, dedicated to service. And the last one was she's an outstanding student. So I took a look at her transcript, and it's kind of a boring transcript because it's just a bunch of A pluses all the way down. So, you know, IB classes and AP classes and all that stuff. But I do have one question. So her teacher here today is Dave Hanlon. I think because she's more on the quiet leadership side, Dave didn't recognize in her first semester of her ninth grade year the brilliance that she was. So instead of an A plus, she only earned an A in that class. So I think you probably learned along the way the type of student she is. Kylie, you are a model of the youth that we want to graduate out of this district and young women that our country needs in leadership. So please continue the work that you've been doing, and thank you for your service to this district and to your peers. I will hand it over to you.
Thank you so much. So my name is Kylie, as you guys heard. I'm 17 and a senior at Vista High School. I have my mom, dad, and sister here on another screen, and Mr. Hanlon as my guest teacher. And I want to start by thanking the chamber, all the sponsors, Principal Jaffe, Mr. Hanlon, and my parents. Appreciate all of you. And I couldn't have gotten here without you. And I'm honored to be receiving this award. I want to start with my greatest contribution. I feel that it's my community service. And I was first introduced to community service through Girl Scouts, where I started at entry level as Daisy and continued all the way through to the highest level as an ambassador, earning my silver along the way. And I learned so many skills and important lessons, such as working hard and working with others, but most importantly, giving back to the community. I love being volunteer my time through community service, and high school has given me plenty of opportunities to do so. However, starting as a freshman, I didn't want to branch out too much because I was comfortable where I was at. But with all the opportunities and a little motivation from my older sister who has graduated from Vista High School, I am glad that I've been and am still part of many clubs and activities. I'm involved in FCA, which is Fellowship for Christian Athletes, CSF, and I'm co-president of the Best Buddies Club and Character Leaders Club, which is headed by Mr. Hanlon, who is one of the most optimistic people I have ever met and is always willing to help others. I have benefited greatly from all my experiences in high school and through community service, where I get to help others, which in turn teaches me the value of leadership and citizenship. Outside of school, I volunteer at my church, where I started as a baby in their nursery, and now I volunteer as a helper in the nursery. I also love volunteering to help at their different events in summer vacation Bible schools every summer, And I've been a part of a few mission trips to Mexico and went to Africa. Also, my family has made it a tradition to participate with Operation Christmas Child and Angel Tree every year. And I plan to take all the skills and life lessons I've learned through my various experiences during high school on campus and off campus with me to California Baptist University, where I plan on attending college and studying finance. I plan to study finance because I like budgeting and managing my money, and I hope one day I can use my skills to help others in some way. And I just want to thank everybody again. I'm honored to receive this award.
Thank you, Kylie. You can manage and budget my money. I'll take that. So I'd like to turn it over now to the male version and older version of what service, an example of service, in Mr. Hanlon. Mr. Hanlon.
Thank you, Mr. Jaffe. I appreciate that. Thank you, Kylie. I want to start off by congratulating all of the Rising Stars this month. It's so wonderful, again, as so many others have shared. It's so wonderful to hear your stories, and thank you for your service to our schools and our community. It's just really encouraging to hear from all of you today, and congratulations to the parents. I want to thank Rachel, Kent, and Kathy and the Chamber again for always putting this on, doing so much work as others have shared, and for all the sponsors. We can't thank you enough for all that you do for our students and our community, so thank you so much. As you've heard a little bit about Kylie, I just want to echo that. Kylie is an exceptional leader who leads by example. Mr. Jaffe mentioned it. She's a quiet leader, but her example does not go unnoticed. She's not the loudest voice in the room, but her presence in the room is noticed because of who she is. And her character goes before into a room. I was sharing with another teacher yesterday about this morning, and that Kylie would be awarded. She's like, "Oh, I love Kylie. Oh my gosh, what a great choice. She's so wonderful." And just, just gushing about how kind and compassionate. And I would point this out because she agreed with me, how humble Kylie is. For somebody who leads with such exceptional character and who serves so regularly, she could be somebody who toots her own horn for all of her accomplishments. She will be the last person to share her name. She leads with such humility, and that quiet example is one that is powerful, and again, does not go unnoticed. As Mr. Jaffe and Kylie mentioned, she's involved heavily in so many areas of service, and I've had the honor of getting to work with her in Character Leaders the last 4 years in the Buddies Club, and to see the example that she makes through service is really powerful. And so, Kylie, I want to thank you for that service, and please know that your example does not go unnoticed. We all see the impact that you have, and your kindness, your compassion, the respect that you have, the high level of discipline and responsibility and dedication to serving others is really powerful. And so thank you for that, Kylie. I'm just glad I know this year isn't exactly what we planned, and some of our service projects have been changed quite a bit because of COVID, but I love that you have found a way to serve and lead in spite of all of the challenges that this past year has brought. So I'm really proud of you, Kylie. So it's been an honor to get to work with you, and I'm glad we get one more semester with you. So I'm very proud of you, and congratulations, Kylie, and to her wonderful parents as well. And so thank you, everybody. Congratulations.
All right, Kylie, can you turn it over to one of your parents?
Yes, I have my dad here on a different screen. He's going to share.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for your patience. Congratulations to all the Rising Stars and their families, and thank you to Kathy, Kent, and Rachel for the event. My wife, Elisa, I'll confess, is probably better to speak to this, but as we have seen so far, and as we'll continue to see, it's a pretty emotional event. We weren't sure if she'd be able to hold it together, so they chose me to speak. And I'm fortunate to have a perspective in this that a lot of the families of the Rising Stars don't have. And I want to comment, it's been a tough act to follow with David and Mr. Jaffe and all the other people here. But my perspective is I have a child that's in a participating school, and also I represent one of the sponsors here. So usually the first time people see this event or this great program here, it's when they're here to receive the awards. So it's inspiring to hear how the students have overcome adversity, challenges, to see their drive, their passion, their potential. And over the years, I've seen so many great recipients, and I know the requirements for this, so it's truly an honor that the teachers that nominated Kylie, Mr. Hanlon, and perhaps others, consider her to be in this category. And it's really humbling to be in such awesome company here. And all of us parents think our kids are the best and we're no different, but it is really reassuring to see her get this award because it kind of tells us that maybe something's going right. So as parents, all of us, we put them out there, we do our best, but we don't always know what goes on in their world. So we entrust them to the teachers and the staff. And it truly is a team effort. And I heard this mentioned earlier. With her, there was the preschool, there was K-8 teachers that poured into her, the high school teachers and coaches and past, the present teachers, they've all poured into her. It takes a village. And David mentioned that earlier. All these teachers deserve to be called out. However, this time doesn't allow that. However, we do have two of them here. We have Mr. Hanlon, thank you. And Mr. Jaffe, thank you as well. Your passion and your heart do you credit. And that's true of all you teachers and staff and administrators. And Kylie is silent. Yeah, I learned a lot this morning that I didn't even know about. So we see her determination, her tenacity, her perseverance, her never give up attitude. She always gets her work complete. She has her schedule up on the wall. She's got so many things going on and she just keeps going. She wants to get it done. She wants to get it right, whether it's 100% of the grade or 1%. There have been a few curveballs along the way, minor ones, but elementary school for her was supposed to be K through 8th grade. And after 6th grade, the school closed. So she went to a new school. Then after that, she entered high school, new school again. And just like most of you, the final year has been different. It was clamped down to being basically virtual attendance. So there's those challenges that she's persevered through and never complained. And this is just another step in a journey. She's over here smirking. We're looking forward to what's next in her journey and to see where it goes from here. And I want to give recognition to the parents and all the students here. Congratulations, job well done. And Chamber and the sponsors, thank you for such a great event. And last but not least, to God be the glory.
Thank you. What a wonderful family. I'd like to join your family if I could for a bit. So I'd like to turn it back over to Rachel.
Mr. Jaffe, you always make me laugh. I guess if anybody's looking for extra family members, you could let me know too. I'm in as well. So we have one more school to hear from this morning. Last but definitely not least, we'll hear from Trade Tech High. And Mr. Merrick, will you please introduce your student this morning?
Absolutely. And thank you for allowing me to be here, but it's obviously in honor of Noah Cummins. That's why we're here. But I want to thank the Chamber and Rachel and everyone else behind the scenes for putting this event on. I've witnessed it before, and it's a wonderful event, and it's wonderful to honor all of the students that are here. You're all wonderful people, and I'm proud of all of you. But in terms of Noah, I've had the special pleasure where even though I might be acting in an administrative role, I was also his teacher prior for a year. So I know Noah on a personal level as well. And the first thing I'm going to say is, I wish this was a normal year, and I wish we all were, because what we're missing by Noah not being here is the role model that he is to all of the younger students. He doesn't have the opportunity. He doesn't even know this probably, that he does this. He's kind, he's considerate, he works well with others, he doesn't raise a voice. He's the kind of person who's a role model without telling anybody he's a role model. He just does it. And it's probably him, it's probably accolades to his parents as well, I'm sure. But those things, what he does by being a strong work ethic into being a humble, kind person, you put those two things together, and there's no doubt why Noah was nominated for this award, because he exemplifies basically probably every student that we want in Vista, let alone just trade tech. So Noah, I'm honored to be your teacher. I've seen you. I know you're going places. Keep up everything that you're doing. And the fact that you're going strong all on your own in this year and last year tells me, it shows the initiative that you have and how successful you'll be, because this is a tough environment to be successful. So I'm kind of talking right to Noah, but you're a good man now, and that's what you're turning into, and we want more of you. And I just wish that you could be here to show it off to everybody else, but being here in this forum, I think proves that to everybody. So Noah, could I turn it over to you for a few words?
I'd like to thank the Vista Chamber of Commerce for sponsoring the Rising Star program and allowing students like me to be recognized for the hard work and dedication. I was a student that required extra time to grow and mature in my academic career. I was held back in the second grade and had struggled to focus with an attention to my studies. I am very thankful for the teachers I've had the privilege to work with throughout my years in school. These teachers have devoted their time and been very patient with me. I'm so appreciative of their patience and dedication to my education. I'm very thankful to my family for showing me the value of hard work and taking care of others, including animals. We have a small family farm and I have chores, responsibilities, and accountability. While I don't always appreciate crawling out of bed to do chores, I understand that it is a part of what makes me the person I am today. I've learned so much, but the one thing that sticks with me the most is the importance that hard work pays off, and having strong support system of family, friends, and teachers is very important. I feel confident that I'm taking fundamental and strong skills with me into the next chapter of my life as a graduating senior. I'm so excited about the future and moving the next stage of my life. I especially thank my family and Ms. Fitzgerald for their unwavering support to ensure my success. Thank you again, Vista Chamber of Commerce, for the recognition. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Noah. You did wonderful. Ms. Fitzgerald, would you like to say a few words?
I would. Yeah, this was a quick decision to go with Noah this month. Dean, Mr. Merrick said a lot of it. He's a sweet kid. He asked me how I'm doing. I remind text my kids a lot. We end up in full conversations and he's like, how are you doing? What'd you get for Christmas? And he's just a sweetheart, and he's compassionate. He's vulnerable. He shows himself when he's upset. He's honest about it. One of the hardest working kids I've had. Anyone who teaches English, revising is writing. And if you're not revising, you ain't really writing, you're drafting. And this kid will revise and revise. And he just puts his heart into it. And he wants to look at himself and understand where his strengths are and where he needs to work on, building skills and whatever that is, if it's his personal confidence or if it's his ability to analyze, what we're reading. Incredibly impressed with Noah and just happy to know him. Happy to have him around. I think it's true. What Mr. Merrick said, that it's one of those quiet leaders because he just models. He's a good person walking through the world, and that, hopefully that's contagious. And definitely kudos to his parents because they run a tight ship. There's not a lot of wiggle room on the Cummins compound, and so he's doing it. He's got the chores, and he's a reader. They've got a schedule. He's on it. So thank you, parents. I think as a team, and Noah's a willing participant, he's going places. So good job, Noah, today. Nice. And thank you, everybody. I just wanted to say go Girl Scouts, because I was a leader for like a wee bit of time, and starts everything off great. But thank you for this program. I've been able to come over the years, and I love it. And it's just, I was so happy. I'm like, I get to do that Friday. It's going to really just top off my whole week and make me feel good about the world for a minute. So thank you, and congratulations, everybody.
Noah, would it be possible for your mother or father to say a few words?
With me, here's my mom.
Good morning, everybody. Just want to say thank you. So proud of this guy. And as another parent said earlier, that it takes a village to raise children. And without our teachers and the support of our teachers and the support of other parents, and especially the support of other family members, we wouldn't make it through this. And Noah is the most genuine, humble young man, the kindest person, and the person who just never allows anything to stop him. And even though he has struggled through school, and when he was faced with the adversity of what started going on with COVID, he just embraced it and took off running with it and made the best of it and never complained about it. And he has been so successful his senior year, and he is so proud of himself. And his father and I, his aunt and uncle, all his siblings, he's one of 8 children. We all are just super proud of him, and he's got a lot to show the world. Thank you, everybody, for everything you've done. Thank you for this program. Thank you, teachers and staff and everybody who helps us make these children successful. Thank you.
Rachel, I guess I'll push it back to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you to all of our students and parents and teachers, educators for being here today. I'd like to take just a moment to just talk about a little bit of the takeaways I had from each of our students today. Little Pa, I'll start with you. You really struck me as someone who seems so mature for someone so young. I know when you're 18, you feel like you're so grown up, but you really are young, but you're so mature, and you're talking about authenticity and how important that is really an important trait to acknowledge and to seek. I laughed when you talked about mentally face palming, because I feel like I do that on the regular. So thank you for giving me new terminology to use. But, all I kept thinking about when you were speaking is, though it started with morning announcements, I know that your voice is one that I want to hear. So I hope that you'll keep using your voice and keep pursuing your dreams, because we want to hear from you. Brian, it was exciting to hear that we had 2 school board reps here on the call this morning. I think one time we had 2 ASB presidents, and now we have 2 school board reps, so that's pretty cool. I loved how you talked about being a work in progress, and I think we're all works in progress, so how wise and mature of you to recognize that. I absolutely love that you're going to study business and become an entrepreneur, and that you want to invest in your community. That's like a full circle moment for me as a chamber CEO. That's my goal, is that these kiddos in our Rising Star program leave, do their thing, and come back and invest in their community. I mean, bingo, check mark, and bullseye on that comment. So thank you so much for that. Tiara, gosh, so much of what you said really struck me this morning. One of the first things you talked about is community service may not be much. Community service is everything. The way we treat other people and the kindness in our hearts that we share really is everything. So please recognize that special skill and gift within yourself and celebrate that. You're so humble. Your story was just so amazing, and just a true testament to what hard work can really do. You are one smart cookie, and I know that if you want to study marine biology and move on in that way, you will do it. So, and thank you for translating for your mom. I speak a little Spanish, I understood, but even if you don't speak any Spanish, I think we all understood exactly how proud she is of you. So thank you for that. Kylie, a Girl Scout, I love it. I am pretty involved in my daughter's Girl Scouting endeavors, and so I absolutely see the embodiment of Girl Scout leadership within you. I love that you are so humble and just such a quiet leader, like we talked about. You don't have to be the loudest in the room to be the most effective. And I absolutely appreciate that and celebrate you, and know that you are going places. Congratulations on already making a school choice, and studying finance is a very wise choice. I will tell you that people are always looking for experts in finance. That is an industry that you will never be lacking of opportunity. So thumbs up on that career choice. Noah, thank you so much for sharing your story with us this morning. I can't think of anyone who has to work harder than folks who are running a family farm. Gosh, that is the definition of hard work for sure. And being one of 8 children, that sounds like you've learned a lot of ways to get along with people in the world when you have 8 siblings. Navigating that is a great life lesson to take on. But I loved hearing about your leadership and the way that you lead others and you inspire others. And I know that whatever you put your mind to, you will achieve as you move on into this world. All of these students today and the students we hear from every month, I'm so incredibly proud and touched by your resiliency. I can't imagine what it would be like to go through this pandemic as an 18-year-old or 17-year-old student. And the passion and the maturity and the resiliency that you show inspires me. And I really thank you for that. I know that our world is going to be a great place in your hands. So thank you for all you do. Parents, congratulations on raising amazing children, for the sacrifice it takes to raise kiddos. Educators, thanks for taking these kiddos under your wings and helping them to grow. And I want to just thank you all so much for spending your Friday here with me, here with the Chamber. We're so thankful for this program and for our sponsors that make it possible. I can't think of anything more that I love than the program, really. So with that, I want to just say thank you. Please grow up, learn, grow, come back to Vista and make your families here and invest in your community. We need you here in our community. And lastly, I want to just say thank you to our video sponsor, Chris Ryan, who does our editing, and he can edit out all the dorky things I say. So thank you, Chris, for that. And with that, I wish you all a very happy Friday, a happy New Year, and let's have a great day. Thank you so much. All the best to you.